Okay, so this is my video on how to form imperatives in French. So examples might be go, finish it, keep safe. And in French we have two forms. We have the tu form, the you singular form, and then we have the vous, the formal, or the you plural form. So let's have a look at the two forms. The first one we're going to have a look at is the you singular. So one person that you know well. So for ER verbs, which is different to the other two verbs, we take the he, she, and it form of the verb, which generally ends in E. So for example, manger would become mange, eat. Now if you don't know your verb tables very well, it's worth having a look through the present tense verb table so you get the hang of doing this. But if you get the idea, then you should be okay to do them. So for IR verbs, you use the you singular form. So for example, finir would become fini, finish. Dire would become dit, say or tell. And for RE verbs, the same thing as IR verbs, you take the you singular form. So vendre will become vend, sell. Apprendre will become apprend, learn. To create negative forms, you put them around the imperative. So ne mange pas, don't eat. Ne dis rien, say nothing. Ne pleure plus, don't cry anymore. So the ne and the pas are around the verb in each case. For reflexive verbs, in the reflexive we change the reflexive pronoun from te to toi, and then we put it at the end. So instead of saying lève-te, we say lève-toi, get up. And for reflexive pronouns, when they're negative, the te stays before the verb, and we put a ne and a pas around the whole thing. So ne te lève pas, ne te lève pas, don't get up. Okay, now if you don't know your present tense very well, as I said, it is quite good to have a look at your verb tables, but there are three obvious irregular ones. Avoir to est, être to soit, and savoir to sache. It's also worth knowing that object pronouns generally go afterwards if it's in the positive format, so mange-le. So normally they would go before if we're writing a sentence, but in imperatives they go after and they're hyphenated, so eat it, mange-le. But when it's a negative imperative, then we put it before the verb as we would do normally. Ne le mange pas, don't eat it. Okay, so let's just practice the you singular forms this time. So use a dictionary, use verb tables if you need them. As tend to do, pause it, and we'll go over the answers. Okay, so let's have a look. Joue, ne danse pas, ajoute, écrit bien, défende, boit, ne fume pas, ouvre, we have an odd one there, traduit en anglais, va. Okay, so just be careful that you know the right parts of the verb. Remember the ones that are irregulars in the present tense. Okay, let's keep going then. So for the you formal plural, this would apply to lots of people. So this is my video on how to form imperatives in French. So they might be like go, finish it, keep safe. So there's two forms of French. This is the first one we're going to look at, and this is the singular you to one person that you know well, or is the same age as you, or younger. So for ER verbs, we tend to use the he, she, and it form, generally ending in E, but there are some irregulars. So manger would be mange, and that would be eat in English. Now, if you don't know your verb tables very well, it's worth having a look at the present tense verb tables, just so you get the right endings. IR verbs use the you singular form. So finir become fini, finish. Dire become dit, say or tell. And for RE verbs, you take the you singular form as well. Vendre becomes vend, sell. Apprendre becomes apprend, learn. Then to create negative forms, we just put them around the imperative. So ne mange pas, don't eat. Ne dis rien, say nothing. So the ne and the pas around the verb. The ne and rien around the verb. Ne pleure plus, don't cry anymore. Ne and the plus around the verb. When we have reflexives, we change the te, the reflexive pronoun, to toi. We put it at the end and hyphenate it. So, lève-toi, get up. However, when it's negative, when the reflexive's negative, then we put a ne and a pas around the whole and keep the te before the verb. So, ne te lève pas. So if you don't know how to do reflexives, have a look at my reflexive verbs video. So irregulars, again, as I said, if you have a look at your verb tables in the present tense, that will help you a lot. But there are some obvious irregulars. Avoir, for example, goes to est, être to soit, and savoir to sache. It might be also worth noting that object pronouns in the positive forms go after the verb and hyphenated. So mange-le, eat it. But when it's negative, the object pronoun stays before the verb. So ne le mange pas, don't eat it. Okay, so let's have some practice. 10 to do. Pause it now and have a go. And then we'll go over the answers. You might need to use a dictionary, and you might need to go back through the video just so you can remind yourself how to do it. Okay, so the first one, joue. Ne danse pas. Remember, these are ER verbs. Ajoute. Écrire. Take the U form. Écris bien. Défend, the U form. Boire, again the U form. Bois. Fumer, ER form, so he, she, it. Ne fume pas. Ouvrir, this is ouvre, so it's the U form. Traduire, traduit en anglais, so it's the U form again. And aller, which is an ER verb, we take the he, she, it form va. However, when you have vas-y, go on then, we put the S back into it, into the U form, so vas-y. Generally va. Okay, so let's have a look at the other U, the plural U form, or the formal version to a person you don't know very well who's older than you, or vous, as in lots of you, lots of people. So we just take the plural form in the verb. So ER verbs for manger would become manger, pronounced the same but EZ on the end. IR verbs, we take the U form here, the U plural form, finissez, finish, and RE, vendre, vendez, sell. For negative forms, we just put the negative particles around the imperative form. So, ne mangez pas, don't eat. Ne finissez rien, finish nothing, or don't finish anything. Ne vendez qu'un, only sell one. So the ne and the other negative particle is around the main verb. For reflexives, in the positive form, we put nous, we put the vous at the end, so levez-vous, hyphenated. Get up, so the reflexive pronoun goes at the end like it did for the you singular. And when it's negative, we put it before the verb. Ne vous levez pas. Okay, so the vous before the verb. Okay, again, obvious irregulars, but if you check your verb tables, you should be okay. But obvious irregulars, avoir goes to ayez, être goes to soyez, and savoir goes to sachez. And object pronouns go after the verb in the positive form, as they do with the singular you. Mangez-les, eat them. But when it's negative, it goes before the verb. Sorry about that. It goes before the verb. Les. Ne les mangez pas. Don't eat them. Okay, some practice then. I've tried to use the same verbs as well, more or less. So you've got some practicing the same verbs, but in different forms. So pause it now, have a go, and then we'll go over the answers. So the first one, jouer. Ne dansez pas. Ajoutez. Next one, remember it's the you plural form. Écrivez. Défendez. Buvez. Careful with that one. Fumez. Ne fumez pas. Ouvrez. Traduisez en anglais. Allez. Okay. Remember, some of these have irregular forms in the you plural form, so you just need to check your present tense notes as well. Okay, let's keep going. The last form is the we form, where we say let's go, let's eat. So we just take the new form of any verb and remove the nu. So allons, let's go. Buvons, let's drink. Mangeons, let's eat. So for reflexives, we put the nous at the end. So, levons-nous, let's get up. And then when it's negative, as before, the ne and the nous reflexive pronoun goes before the verb. Nous ne nous levons pas. Let's not get up. Okay, irregulars like the others. Avoir, to have, goes to ayons. Être, soyons. Savoir, sachons. And object pronouns like before go at the end if it's a positive. Allons-y, let's go there. And before it if it's in the negative. N'y allons pas. Okay, some practice then. 10 to do. Okay, have a go. Pause it and we'll go over the answers. Bien, numéro 1. Jouons. Ne dansons pas. Ajoutons. Écrivons bien. Défendons. Buvons. Ne fumons pas. Ouvrons. Traduisons en anglais. Allons. Okay, so I hope you got the idea. Wind it all the way back if you need to go through them again. Now we're going to do a mastery practice, mixing all of the ones that we've learned so far. Now I've given you different verbs this time to practice, so you might need a dictionary. Okay, pause it now and we'll have a go. Okay, so in the mastery test, 10 to do. Okay, pause it now, have a go, and we'll go over the answers. So, numéro 1, faisons. Numéro 2, commencez maintenant. Numéro 3, prends. Numéro 4, descendez. Numéro 5, ne dessine pas. Numéro 6, sois sage. Now, sois sage, be good, be well behaved, literally, instead of sois bon. Okay, but it doesn't matter if you haven't got the sage right, as long as you got the sois right, because it's an irregular one. Let's follow. Suivons. Read. Lisez. Don't run. Ne courez pas. Careful there's not double R here, because that would be the future tense. And the last one, reflexive. Couche-toi. Okay, if you have any doubts, rewind it back, have a go through it, and then see if you can do the tests again.